Hello everyone, welcome back to the Grown Girl Tarot. I hope that you are doing well. So as you can see, in today's reading, it's going to be about your life purpose. I personally believe that we have many life purpose in this lifetime. It doesn't just have to be one or the other, but I definitely do see some similarities in all three piles. So I feel called to say that if you're interested or if you feel called to listen to all three piles, then sure. But please choose the one that resonates with you the most, okay? And always trust your intuition and your judgment above all else. Okay, and I'm actually just very curious and interested in your views about life purpose, because I believe that, like I mentioned, we have a lot of life purpose in this lifetime, and I feel it's tied to our passion, it's tied to our um, it's tied to our heart, right? The callings that we feel in our heart, right? Where we feel called to go, where do we feel called to journey to? And after recording all three piles, they all have some sort of similarity, I would say, in what it is that we are going through, because I feel like there is some sort of a change and a lot of transformation that is happening in all three piles, and I'm just so excited to see that for all of you, because I know that we are all in the verge of raising our vibration to a higher levels of consciousness. So please remember to continuously change and evolve, and not to stay stuck in one period of time for a very long time, because I know that we have many heartfelt callings, right? We feel called to, go to a certain place. We feel called to do a certain thing, right? Maybe even if it doesn't make sense to our logical mind, but all three powers, it all feels like we are all transcending. We are all moving to a higher state of consciousness, towards a future that is rooted in our body, as well as, creating heaven on earth for all of humanity on this planet. And I do see that for all of you, I feel like you might have some sort of creative ability, some sort, right? You might have creative and healing abilities as well. So yeah, remember to get in touch with yourself, get in touch with your intuition and your heart, especially at this period of time, right? Don't be on social media too much, right? As we can see what is happening out there in the world, and I really, really hope that you stay safe, and please protect and take care of yourself. All right, and I'm sending you a lot of love and protection and healing energy. Always remember that you are safe and you are protected here, as always. Okay, whatever it is that you want to uh, whatever it is that you want to comment on, please do so in my comment section with love and respect. And I really, really hope that we are consciously choosing to evolve. We are all consciously choosing love. Okay, and I'm sure for the people that are listening to this reading right now, you all have been in a vibration of love for a very long time, and it's time for us to align with people that truly resonate with it. And yeah, just thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you and for picking me to be your tarot reader. All right, so thank you so much. Thank you so much to all of you. All right, so let's see. We have all three piles today. So we have the healer with pile number 1. Isn't she beautiful? She's closing her eyes and she's doing some sort of energy work. It's really beautiful. Okay, next we have pile number 2 with the death card here. Okay, this is the death card. And we have, last but not least, we have suppression. So yeah, that's all for all three piles. And please take your time and always listen to your intuition above all else. Always trust yourself above any other tarot readers out there, okay? Trust yourself, and always know that you have your own free will to create your own destiny. All right, so if you're finished picking your piles, then I'll see you in your reading. All right, see you there. Hi. welcome back, pile number one. So as you can see, there is no image or object or whatsoever. That's because I want to start on the reading first before I actually get back to the intro. So yeah, thank you so much for being patient with me and for allowing me to read for you. So today's reading is going to be all about your life purpose. I cannot speak today because of Mercury retrograde, right? I mean, this is a timeless reading, so it's totally okay for you to listen to whenever you come across this reading. But right now, it's Mercury retrograde, so please bear with me and thank you so much for being patient as well. So we'll use 3 tarot cards and then we'll use the Cosmic Seeker Oracle to see any additional messages for you about your life purpose. And as well as I'm going to use the Crystal Mandala Oracle to really get to know which gods and goddesses, ascended masters, angels, archangels, to really see what kind of last and final message that they want to have to you, want to speak to you about your life purpose. Okay, this is something that was decided at a very last minute. So I hope that you enjoy this reading. Okay, so it's really simple, and as always I need to make a note here that this is a collective reading. It is a general reading. Okay, if you intuitively felt that, oh, this message doesn't really resonate with me, like I just don't feel like this is my life purpose, then please trust your judgment. Okay, always trust your intuition above all else. Okay, you have your own free will, you have your own responsibility. Your life is dictated by you, not by any other tarot readers out there. Don't let anyone determine your future. You have the free will to create and rewrite your destiny at any single point in your life. Okay, so thank you so much for your continued patience and support. Now let's get started. We have the Knight of Wands, and actually Knight of Wands came through in this position though, so I'm going to take this. And we have the Emperor, your life purpose in this lifetime. And we have Temperance as well, which it came out in this position, so I'm going to take it this way. Is this in frame? Okay, cool. So yeah. Okay, pile number one, your life purpose in this lifetime. I feel like your life purpose in this lifetime really has to do with you building an empire, building a name for yourself, using your creativity, using your ideas, to bring us to a more unified consciousness, to bring us to a more loving future, right? And interestingly, I really want to share what I went through this entire week. Right, I mean today is Saturday, but yeah, it's been almost the end of the week. So I came across Atlantis and I saw a post on Instagram and it really resonated with me, right? Before the fall of Atlantis, it was a place where they combine divine knowledge and intellect, right? But because of their own greed, because of their own ego, Atlantis fall, right? That's why I wanted to mention that your life purpose in this lifetime is really to create, right? To really combine both your creativity, your passion, as well as your ability, as well as your divine masculine energy, and to combine both knowledge and intellect to bring forth to the collective to a higher level of consciousness, right? Not only just building a name for yourself, but as well as helping other people at the same time. You're helping other people to recognize that they themselves can make a name for themselves too. They can rely on their creativity, they can rely on their passion to create what they want in this lifetime, right? And in this lifetime, you are in an authority position, right? You are really rooted and grounded in your integrity, and you will never let your ego power over you, because you know that you have gone through this in one of your previous past lives, possibly, right? Maybe Atlantis. I was just mentioning that. So yeah, you understand that the power of darkness has already gotten us, and it brought us nothing, right? It led to the downfall of the entire humanity, right? Look at us. We are stuck in fear. We are stuck in darkness, you know. We are stuck in manipulation and greed, you know. We had the bare minimum of anything and everything, basically. And that's just not what we want. And the life that we have always dreamt of, the life that we have always desired, this is a part of our calling. This is a part of our yearning, isn't it? And maybe you yourself have denied yourself these talents and these ideas because you think that, you know, they are unreasonable. You think that they are not achievable because of what we have right now and what we are seeing right now out in the world. And that's not true, right? Because we see them maybe in our dreams, maybe in our maybe what we fantasize about. This is all a part of our vision. This is all a part about what we are supposed to be creating and what we are supposed to be experiencing in this lifetime, isn't it? Right? You are not here to play small, pal number one. I can see you because this card, both Knight of Wands and Temperance came through in this position, right? So I'm seeing you are kind of in the middle, right? You could be in the middle of a transition, right? You could be contemplating, procrastinating, or whether or not should you embrace this passionate energy that is rising within you, because the Knight of Wands, he's really fast. He's really fast-paced, right? Not as fast as the Knight of Swords, but the Knight of Wands, he's bold. He's not afraid to go after what he wants. He knows that, you know, he wants to use his own power. He wants to use his own creativity for good. He knows that, you know, he has the intention of creating a more united future, not only for you yourself, but for the collective, for humanity. Look at people that are in positions of power right now. Look at what they are doing. Look at how they are misusing their own power, right? And maybe there is a part of you that is really afraid of your power, right? You might have father wounds. You might not believe in your power, or you might fear that, you know, what if I'm not going to use my power for good? What if I'm not meant to have this power? But you do. And you know why? Because the divine believes in you. This power was granted to you because it knows that you have the ability to use that for goodwill. It knows that, you know, you are going to use your own power to create ripples of change that are going to be so much more transformative and powerful for the entire human race. Right? That is why it's very important for you to work on your divine masculine wounds, which are very tied to our father wounds, especially how we view authority figures, how we view power, how do we experience authority as we are growing up. Are we neglected? Are we dismissed, criticized? Right? Do we get dismissed for our ideas and our opinions? Because I can see that your life purpose in this lifetime is very strongly tied to your creativity, your ideas, your passion, the heartfelt desires that are burning inside of you. What is it that is calling towards you so strongly right now? What is it? Ask yourself, right? And I kind of want you to imagine this question. Imagine yourself having the power to influence an entire human race, for example. How are you going to use your power? What are you going to do? What are you so deeply passionate about? Are you going to speak up about certain topics, certain issues? Right? Do you work in legal? Are you interested in being a lawyer? Right? Do you work in legal systems? Right? Do you want to I don't know why I'm getting some sort of boycotting. Do you want to boycott a brand or I don't know. Do you want to boycott a brand? Pile number one? Not for many of you, but maybe for a specific some of you. Maybe you want to maybe you know that this brand is not good for you. A straight up example I can think of is like bubble tea, right? I mean, yes, we indulge, right? Yes, we do have our times where we just want to have something really sweet, but is bubble tea really healthy for the long run, right? This is not to dismiss bubble tea and all that stuff. I know that some of us, really love sweets. I myself love sweets, but I certainly don't like bubble tea, right? Maybe you know that bubble tea is not healthy for you. Maybe you're trying to boycott it. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, I don't know why I keep getting downloads of your sexuality. Do you want to speak up about the right of pleasure, the art of pleasure, the art of our sexuality, that this entire society has been shamed? And interestingly, I was going through that yesterday as well, because I was talking to my mom about buying a new bra for myself, and she was naturally really loud about that in public. And for a split second, I recognized that I was having shame. I was like, whoa, like, mom, can you lower your voice? Like, this is shameful, this is embarrassed. Why are you talking about it out loud? But isn't this something really normal? Like, not normal in society, but we have our bodies and all of that stuff, right? But why are we feeling so embarrassed and ashamed to talk about that? Maybe you feel called to speak up about these issues. Maybe you understand that pleasure can be a conscious act of creation to the divine. You know that you can use pleasure to create new levels of creativity, for example. Maybe you know that pleasure can make you feel joyful, can make you feel uplifted, can make you feel so tuned into your body, can make you recognize that, wow, like, I didn't realize that I was yearning and craving for that. I didn't realize that my body was so I didn't realize like how I have denied my body, or like I'm gonna receive some downloads about like my past lives where I was being objectified. That's why I denied sexuality in this lifetime. This is a very hard topic for me to talk about because I myself am going through that. I was rejecting my own pleasure. So if you want to educate me about this, go ahead and do that in the comment section. Okay, because I myself have a hard time with pleasure. But yeah, you might feel called to speak up about such issues, right? Issues that the society doesn't want us knowing it, like doesn't want us to talk about it because it's so-called embarrassed, right? Or that it is forbidden, or that people might not want to talk about it. They think that it's something that is really private, but actually behind that privateness, it could be a form of shame, right? Like me buying my underwear for myself. This is an act that we do, right? Like I'm getting something for myself. But why am I feeling so embarrassed about it? Have I ever actually considered it? So yeah, maybe these examples could really relate to you, pound number one. So your life purpose in this lifetime is to really recognize the power that you hold within, that you have surmounted so much challenges, so much pain and trauma to get to where you are today. How can you channel this energy, right? How can you use that energy, right? The Emperor is pure divine masculine, pure Mars energy. Mars is all about strength, it's all about, action, it's all about, it's all about, cultivating physical strength and cultivating this warrior-like mindset and energy that no matter what I'm going through right now, I know that I have the power to rise up. I know that, I can stand in my own power. I know that whatever I do, it is for my highest good. I know that my intentions are aligned with what I'm creating. What I say, I will do. I know that I have a sense of purpose here. That's what you do. You know you have a sense of purpose here, but you are denying that, pound number one. Don't deny that fire, the fire that is burning within you. Because it is going to help you. It's helping you to elevate. It's helping you to rise up to authority positions. It doesn't have to be you being an entrepreneur. It can be you, rising up to to being a boss of a company, for example. Maybe you being a shareholder, right? You being a CEO of a company, could be. Because this company that you are in, or that you are in charge of, you know that it aligns with your values. It aligns with the intentions that you have. Right? Because I'm hearing you're an angel in disguise, right? You are certainly here to help humanity. You are here to use your power to recognize that, they themselves can rise up. They themselves, right? Humanity themselves doesn't have to rely on just, logic. They can combine both their intuition and their logic together. They know that power can be used for good. Right? Because they have seen people that misuse them. They have seen people that manipulate other people and try to control and dominate others with it. You yourself have seen it. You yourself have even experienced it. And the purpose of experiencing it is to not make the same mistakes. Right? Is to not make the same mistakes. Is to help other people with it. Is to uplift humanity and uplift humanity's consciousness with it. To bring Mother Earth to a new levels of love and compassion. Right? To recognize that we need love and connection. And the love that we are desiring, it is something that is unconditional love. And it's, unfortunately, we ourselves have yet to experience unconditional love, right? Most of the love that we experience, I would say, it is conditional love. But you are here to change that. Unconditional love doesn't have to just exist in family, right? And family, either chosen family or biological family, it's up to you. But it can be used to love and serve others as well. Even a stranger online, you can have unconditional love for that. That energy is intense. That energy is powerful. Why? Because have you ever heard of this phrase, love can move mountains? Because it is true, love can certainly help you move mountains. The universe loves us all. Mother Gaia loves us all unconditionally. Right? But now it's time. It's time for you to take back your power. It's time for you to recognize that, I deserve to be in this position. Not out of pride, right? Not out of ego, but of knowing your intentions are pure and noble. It is of the highest good of the divine. It is of the highest good of unconditional love. My eyes are going towards the water and the feet in the water and the feet on the grass, which is, I'm also getting like, you are here to bring the 5D down to the 3D, right? Your creativity down to the physical reality. That is your life that is one of your life purpose as well, right? It's to combine them both together. It's to bridge between the 5D and the 3D. That is what you are here to do. Okay, but firstly, you're going to have to work on your relationship with your father wounds, right? Your masculine energy is repressed right now. It's like you have all of these ideas in your head, but you have a hard time grounding them, right? You don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. First, start asking yourself questions, right? What is my heart desiring? What is it that I feel so passionate about that no matter how much challenges I'm going to experience in this lifetime, I am going to overcome it. I'm going to conquer it because I know that this is what I'm meant to do. I have so much faith and motivation in it, even if outer circumstances doesn't reflect it, even if I'm not going to receive instant gratification for it. What is it that I'm so deeply loyal and passionate to? First, find that. And find a channel, right? Find an outlet, whether it's a social media or whether it's in your physical environment. Use that, do that. Get that energy out for other people to see. Because you are here to recognize, you are here to be seen, you are here to be recognized, you're here to be a leader. A leader that other people look up to, other people respect. They know that your words have power. They know that your presence commands respect. Right? Despite your intimidating aura, you have a good balance of earth and water. Right? You know when to be compassionate, but you know when to be strict. On the things that you will never ever tolerate, you know that you will never ever compromise. That's your strength. It's Saturn energy. Saturn gives the toughest lessons, but the blessings last for a lifetime, is what I'm hearing. Yes, your pathway to authority position might be challenging, but I swear to God, the blessings that you're going to receive, once you actually receive it, you're going to be so thankful that you never give up. And I hope that you don't give up, pile number one, okay? Because you have such strength within you. You know that you can endure pain. And that pain is not here to torment me. Pain is here to train me. Right? Pain is here to train me to become who I am in this lifetime. That it is. If you feel like, you are playing small, if you feel like, I don't really have that strength within me, that's the thing. That's because you don't see it within yourself. And I'm here to remind you of that. I'm here to remind you your power. I'm here to remind you that your visions and your dreams are achievable. I'm here to remind you that you have your angels, your ancestors, your guardian angels who are here to help you, guide the pathway, illuminate the pathway for you. They are here to help you overcome your deepest fears and deepest limitations that are stopping you from rising up. You know that you are here, that you are meant to shine. You are here to create something. You are here to contribute to Mother Earth. You are here to shake other people up. To shake them up, to make them wake up. Like, hey, wake up. You can do it. All right. So wow, this is a really really interesting pile and a really intense pile, so to speak, because the Emperor energy has always been the biggest obstacle for me as well. That's why I was kind of having a difficult time channeling that. So thank you so much for your patience, pile number one. But please know that you are here to create something that will affect other people throughout lifetimes. Okay, whatever ideas and visions, as long as you know that it is heart-centered, do it. Okay, do it. Allow yourself to have it. And please know that, this divine gift of power that you are being given, it is not a curse. It is a blessing that is here to help you create something so meaningful and have such a huge influence on so many people that you don't even realize it. All right, so yeah, that's all for the tarot portion of the reading. Next, I'm going to use the Cosmic Seeker Oracle to see just some additional messages that Spirit has for you. I'm actually thinking about the Fury card in this deck, so let's see. So pile number 1, I want to see what additional messages you would like to say. Spirit, yeah. Do you have any additional messages? We have Secret Keeper in the reverse. Okay, let's take 3 cards. Spirit, do you have any messages you would like to say about pile number 1's life purpose? Spirit that loves pile number 1, do you have any messages you would like to say about pile number 1's life purpose? Exactly. You are here to unveil secrets, right? You are here to dig into the unknown, to dig deep into the things that are kept hidden, right? That society refused to face, that society has shamed us. You are here to break down all of that. You're here to break down traditions and create a new order, right? Let's take 2 more cards, Spirit. Okay. We have, it is safe to trust myself in the reverse. Exactly. The Knight of Wands in the reverse, in the somewhat, not really reverse, but not really in the upright as well. Let's take 1 final card to see. What message do you have to say about pile number 1's life purpose, Spirit? Okay. We have the Healer. I love this. I love seeing this. Yeah, at the bottom of the deck, we have Clearing in the reverse. So yeah, Secret Keeper, right? Pluto, 8th house, Scorpio energy, really significant, right? You are not going to sweep things under the rug. That is not you, right? You are here to unveil. You are here to reveal, show other people that things are not going to kept hidden for a very long time. They are going to be unveiled. They are going to be revealed, right? And that you are here to show other people that we all have a life purpose here in this lifetime, isn't it? We all can use our healing abilities from our past lives. I'm really strongly getting Atlantis here. So maybe you might have a past life in Atlantis. You might feel called to check out Atlantis as well. I was reading that last night and I was crying also. So maybe there is something that is blocking you from being the Emperor energy. So maybe your past lives could be really significant. You can look that up. Atlantis as well, Lemura. You can check them out. Okay. Maybe in one of your past lives, you misused that gifts, right? And that's why you are so afraid of it. You have a deep fear. You have a deep fear of authority, right? You are not one to succumb to authority, of course, but at the same time, you don't believe that you have the ability to be the leader, which is very well needed right now. Okay? And that with the Secret Keeper card as well, so the things that are taboo, okay, don't be afraid to dig them up and understand them, right? You are not here for the surface level shit. You are here to stir things up, right? You are here to just live and be free. And to know that certain topics that others might want to shy away from, like for example, emotions, like I was talking about sexuality, pleasure, right? These are things that we have been deeply shamed and we have been deeply conditioned not to talk about them, not to want them even, to even erase that memory from us, to even erase that, that's disgusting. Like, why would anyone have such a thought? But isn't this normal? Right? Isn't this normal? We fantasize about that, we imagine that, isn't it? So why do we have to shy away from that? Right? I'm strongly getting another message. If you're a parent listening to this reading, right, please take note of your child's fantasies and fantasies that they might have, right, at a certain age, because when they reach a certain stage of growth, they are going to develop a strong attraction towards the opposite sex. So you're going to have to take note of that, and you're going to have to educate them and teach them. That's when they realize that this is not shameful. Okay, I'm not one to give such opinions and advice, so please just take it very lightly, but remember to educate your kids well about pleasure and sexuality. Okay, so Yeah, it is safe to trust myself. Yeah, because right now, something hidden is being revealed to you, right? Maybe it has something to do with your self-trust, maybe it has something to do with your self-worth, self-respect, right? That makes you not really want to trust yourself. You think that, you might have a feeling that you might misuse your power. That's because of your past lives, right? You have a deep fear of that. So dig into that and work with it. And right now, understand that you are a very different person already. And that you are being watched and guided by the divine. Okay, and that you are so much more powerful and stronger now. You know that you are not going to succumb to the darkness anymore, isn't it? Okay, maybe it's not you who misused your power, maybe it's your loved ones, right? Maybe it's your loved ones, maybe it's the people around you that you're so scared of, and I'm truly sorry. I know how traumatic that can be. But please, you are not somebody who will go through that lesson again, because you have learned them and you have matured powerfully and wisely. Okay, you can use that power to help other people, to heal others, right? Maybe you are interested in being a Reiki healer, for example, maybe astrology, right? You are interested in combining both holistic methods and the modern age health techniques, so to speak. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with such topics, so bear with me. Yeah. So whatever it is, in the healer industry that you are interested in, go for it. Go for it. Okay, either you using your voice, right, or you using your hands. Basically, it's something to do with creativity, using your hands, right? Using not only your voice, but your crown chakra, your third eye, your connection with the divine, to gift you with this ability so that you can help others with it. Help yourself and help others. All right. So yeah, these are additional messages that we have. Last but not least, we are going to look at the Crystal Mandala Oracle. Hold on, let me. Okay. Allow me to shuffle first. So, yes. Okay, let's see. Can I get one final messages for pile number one's life purpose, spirit? Can I get a final message? I'm actually thinking about the Archangel Metatron card, the number one, which is the power card. Okay, let's take one final message for pile number one's life purpose, spirit. Can I get one final message for pile number one's life purpose? Can I get one final card for pile number one's life purpose, spirit? Oh, okay, we have nourishment, angel Ishtar, and carnelian. Interesting. Okay. Okay, let's read the angel Ishtar and carnelian. Yeah, maybe you are here to create some sort of healthy recipes for others, right? To eat more healthily, to engage in healthy activities that can truly nourish their soul and nourish their body, right? Because our body is a vessel. It is a temple for the divine and spirit to come through, right? And it's absolutely important and necessary for us to take care of it. Okay, so let's read. You are ready to grow. And to do this, you need food for your body, your mind, and your soul. We want you to feel fed with what brings you life, with what helps you feel good, with what heals you, increases your energy and your power. We know what you need and what can assist you to grow in mind, body, and spirit. We know that life can be a banquet for the soul. There are many choices as to what you can feed yourself, and sometimes you may be confused about what is good for you and what is not. Let go of any doubt or shame, guilt or fear about being nourished now, as we guide you towards what will truly feed your life force and bring you happiness. Choice is part of your spiritual freedom. You have the choice to feed yourself, body, mind, and soul, with a variety of foods. From physical food to provide fuel for your body, to the food for thought you give to your mind, you choose how to nourish yourself on a daily basis. Sometimes that might not seem to be much of a choice, as mass media delivers a daily stream of imagery and ideas, most of which is based in fear and generates more of the same. However, being offered food and choosing to partake of it is something quite different. When food for the mind or the body is offered to you, you know in your heart it is not going to help you. You have a choice. The choice might result in you taking in the meal or the idea because you don't want to offend the people you are with at the time. Then you will need to clear any debilitating effect of that meal from your system. This can absolutely be done, but if you choose to live that way more often than not, you'll become tired and lose energy. There is a better choice you can make for yourself if you wish and when you feel ready to do so. That different choice is to notice what is being offered to you on a plate or in a news story, for example, and respond with compassion rather than reaction. If someone offers you a meal of fear-based reality, you can understand with your heart that this is all they are willing or capable of expressing in that moment. With the light in your mind, you can see clearly that although it may seem harmless enough to that person, you know it is not a good meal for you. You prefer to sustain yourself on healthier and more nurturing, strengthening fare. The love you choose to act on for yourself in that moment is going to contribute far more constructive energy to the world than if you try to fit in with others and deny your right to genuine nourishment just to keep another comfortable with their own more fearful choices of food for body and mind. If you are to say yes to food that heals you, it also means reading material that feels good to read, consuming imagery that feels good to consume, and eating food that has a positive effect on your body and emotions. Saying yes to nourishment means saying no to food that sap your energy and drain you. That will likely mean saying no to physical food that is highly processed, with additives that damage your body and diminish your energy. Many spiritual aspirants undermine their own efforts on the spiritual path because they do not feed themselves properly to support their body and mind to do the incredible spiritual task that they are here to do. You do not have to feel guilty about this if you feel this applies to you. Part of your journey may have involved moving through a less healthy time to realize several things: compassion, understanding of how health can support your spiritual growth, and ability to feel joy and vitality being some examples. Perhaps part of your journey is to heal your own health and then inspire others to do the same. Part of your journey may well involve learning how to love and respect yourself enough to truly take care of your needs, even if that means unlearning what you have been taught to explore less fearful and more nourishing ways of eating. You don't have to become afraid of the junk foods and ideas that exist in the world, just aware and decisive about what you want to take in and what you prefer to release. It takes courage, strength, and will to choose to be healthy in a world that has some very mixed up ideas about what this means. Health is based on love, not domination, shame, or control. It increases joy and doesn't make you miserable or ashamed. Feeling nourished in body and mind gives you a sense of inner security and support that can help you take the steps you need to live up to your amazing divine potential. If you have been asking for help to heal your health, this oracle says not to give up. Keep looking for answers and trust your intuition as you are guided from within to the information you need. Even if it takes several steps, you will be led to what you need. Do not give up until you get your answers. You deserve this much commitment from yourself to yourself, and the universe is completely committed to helping you succeed. If you have been struggling with food or eating in any way, this oracle brings you good news. Healing is on its way to you and your prayers will be answered. Explore your options and take the journey. The universe is helping you and you shall get your answers no matter how much or how long you have struggled in the past. You are a precious child of the Divine Mother and she will nourish you with her life-sustaining blessings. Beautiful. Maybe you want to do the healing process. Okay, you can take a screenshot if you want to, okay? So yeah, please remember to take care of yourself, take care of your health and well-being, especially with what is happening out there in the world right now. I really hope that you take care of yourself, and I really hope that this reading makes much sense. And I want to apologize if I'm all over the place, and I really hope that this reading helped you, inspire you to take better care of yourself, to help you recognize that you too have the power to heal others in your own capacity, in your own ability, just as we all are helping Mother Earth to raise, to new levels of consciousness, to a consciousness of love, compassion, wisdom, and authenticity. Okay, and I hope that you realize that. So yeah, thank you so much, pile number 1, and thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Thank you for your spirit guides and the universe for allowing me to read for you. And if you're interested, you can like and subscribe and comment if you want to. Only love and respectful comments under my comment section. So thank you so much for just being here and for supporting me and for accepting my imperfections and my mistakes as well. Thank you, and I will see you guys in my next reading. Thank you so much, pile number 1. Sending you so much love. Bye. Hi, welcome back, pile number 2. So as you can see, there are no objects or images for you to choose from. That's because I will be recording the pulse first before I head back to the intro. So thank you so much for your patience and your understanding. As you can see, today's reading is going to be about your life purpose in this lifetime. So we are going to take 3 tarot cards, and then we'll use the Cosmic Seeker Oracle to see any additional messages for you or any confirmation about your life purpose, okay? As well as I'm going to take the what deck is it again? Crystal Mandala Oracle to see which gods, goddesses, angels, archangels, ascended masters, to see what final messages they have for you regarding to your purpose in this lifetime, okay? And I know that I kind of can't speak really well today, but because it's Mercury retrograde, all right, I'm blaming it all on Mercury retrograde. So yeah, please bear with me, and thank you so much for your continued support and patience as well, okay? Please remember that this is a general reading, a collective message. If you intuitively know that this message is not for you, please do not take it. Always trust your own judgments above all else, all right? And that you have your own free will to listen to what you want to listen and to choose what not to listen as well, okay? Please listen to your judgments above all else, right? Don't put your fate and your destiny on another person, on another tarot reader, okay? Please take responsibility for your own destiny and for your own life, all right? You have your own free will to create and to not create what you want to, like, you have the free will to do what you want to do, okay? So let's get started, shall we? So we have the Death in the reverse and the Strength card in the upright. So, okay, I need to shift this. It's Okay, so we have Death card and the Strength card in the upright. Okay, hold on. Yeah, because this deck is... Ooh. All right, next we have the 10 of Cups. Actually, the 10 of Cups came through in this position as well, so I'm going to take it in this position, neither reverse, neither upright. Finally, we have the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. Is it in frame? Okay, it is. Cool. So, pile number 2, your life purpose in this lifetime. What I'm seeing here is you are recreating your own success. And what I mean by that is that, because it's very interesting, when I first looked at the 10 of Cups, right, and with the 3 of Pentacles, my first thought was, you get to choose who and what get to be in your energy, get to be in your life, right? Let's say for the past 27 years, right? You have been living with your parents, right? And you yearn for freedom. You yearned to create your own life, right? You don't want to listen to what other people told you, right? Like to just get a job, right? Get married, have kids. Like, no, you are rewriting that story. That story doesn't matter to you anymore. You want to be able to be the chariot of your own life. You want to be the one that is in control of your life. You are writing success. What does success mean to you? Right? Because I can see that you are definitely someone who is consistently transforming, consistently evolving. Right? You are not someone that will stay still in one place for a very long time. You will just stay here for a while, maybe for like a few years, and then you will move to another environment. You will move to another stage of your life. And that is what your soul came here to master, because it knows that it doesn't want to be in an environment for a long time, right? It wants to continuously shift and change and shift and change. Maybe you feel called to relocate, right? Maybe your life purpose in this lifetime is to relocate to different locations, to meet different types of people. Maybe, right? You yearn for freedom because you yourself have been restrained for a very long time, right? Maybe by your family, maybe by your loved ones, maybe by the environment, or just society in general, right? Has told us the idea, the book of success, for example, that we need to have married, we need to find a good job that pays a lot of money. But that's the thing, even if you do find a job that pays you a lot of money, but are you truly happy? Are you truly satisfied? Are you really passionate about the things that you want to do? Because if your answer is no, then why are you still continuing this job? Why are you still staying in this environment? Right? You yourself know that this current environment that you are in, this current job that you are in, this situation that you are in is not of your highest good anymore. It is not serving you anymore. Why are you still staying here? Maybe this is for some of you, right? Maybe you've always wanted to try out something new. You've always wanted to step out of your comfort zone. You wanted to, leave your parents, for example. And what I mean by leave your parents is that you want to make a name for yourself. You want to create what you want to create rather than just following the footsteps of your parents. But somehow a part of you is scared. Somehow a part of you is afraid. Like you don't want to. Like you just want to be. I know that this can be harsh, but this is coming through, so I'm going to speak it. Maybe you just want to be a baby, so to speak. Like you just want to be taken care. You just want to be taken care of by other people. You don't want to actually grow up. You don't want to mature. And that's the thing. That's your life purpose in this lifetime. It's forcing you to confront these parts of yourself that you are unwilling to grow up. Right? Maybe you enjoy other people pampering you, which there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, I get it, right? We all want to be pampered. We all want to be loved and cared for. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But there is a difference here with being pampered for and loved and taken care of. But at the same time, you yourself don't want to take any responsibility. It's giving me the eternal child archetype in the reverse, right? You acting like a baby, you not wanting to grow up, you just wanting to be immature, just wanting to stay here. But at the same time, you yearn for something more. But you have a hard time cutting off from the habits that you have been engaging with, that is, that it's unhealthy, right? Maybe you are scrolling through your phone, looking at other people having a wondrous life, but what are you doing? You're just laying in your bed, not doing anything to make any changes, and that's not gonna happen, right? Things are not gonna fall for you. I know that this is going to be harsh, pound number 2, but if you yearn for a better life for yourself, you gotta have to step up. You gotta have to grow up, so to speak. You cannot be like a baby forever. You cannot always wait for other people to come and give you the opportunities. If you yourself are not gonna, present yourself, review your gifts and talents, how do you expect other people to see you? How do you expect other people to actually give you the opportunities that you desire? Right? And maybe there is also another aspect where you know that emotional fulfillment is it's very important for you, right? Because I can see emotional fulfillment is one of your life purpose. You are meant to blend the physical and the spiritual, right? You are meant to receive emotional fulfillment in every aspect of your life, not just materially, not just being fulfilled at a very material stage, but emotionally, spiritually, intellectually as well. You are meant to be fulfilled in all stages and all areas of your life. Look for the emotional fulfillment within, not outside of you, right? Not trying to attach yourself to validation, to connections that you know that are not of your highest good, but you are refusing to leave because you are scared, you are afraid, right? And absolutely, right? We all have our own fears. We all have our own, we have aspects of ourselves that might come through from time to time that we don't like. But can we use a more logical perspective to look at it like, hey, I know that I'm emotionally attached to this person, to this thing, to this place, to this situation, but logically, I know that I'm supposed to leave. I know that I don't belong here anymore. And it's time for me to find something new. It's time for me to find something that, that I can actually fulfill it, that a new person, so to speak, or a new pathway, a new environment can truly satisfy my soul, because your soul is yearning for something more. It knows that, it doesn't actually really want material success in this lifetime. Yes, you do want material success, but your soul yearns for something deep. It yearns for the emotional fulfillment of the things that are close to your heart, right? Your life purpose in this lifetime is not to reject. It's not to reject what feels close and dear to you, even if logically it doesn't really make any sense, right? Because with the Strength and the Death card here, you yourself have surmounted many challenges, many. And I'm sure that you have learned how to be gentle with yourself. You have learned how to tap into that. But by tapping into that energy of gentleness, of sensitivity, by learning how to tame your ego, learning how to, tame your inner demons, learning how to listen to them, learning how to not let darkness overpower you, but you have yet to integrate them in your real life. You have yet to integrate them in the physical reality. You understand, right? But understanding and integrating it in the real life is very different. Knowing that you need connection and you need love and you need compassion in the real life, but you are still telling yourself that, hey, I don't need any connection, right? I can be alone. I don't need to open up myself to anybody because I can't trust anybody. It's okay, I can live by myself. I have me and my spirit guides. I don't need anybody. I don't need another human being. Isn't this a little bit too extreme, pile number 2? Have you ever questioned yourself that? And yes, I get it, right? We all have phases and stages where we are like, yeah, I don't want to trust anyone anymore. I just want to be alone. Of course, I have my phase where I just want to be alone, where I just don't want to interact with anybody. I just want to keep to myself. But now is the time for you to open yourself up, right? To open your heart to new people, and trusting that whatever challenges you have gone through, they can help you to identify, they can help you to discern. What you need to develop is more self-trust, is more self-trust, right? It's developing a spiritual practice for you to listen to your intuition, for you to trust that voice, trust that nudge. Developing that practice rather than avoiding life in general, closing the door, where the universe is like, hey, there's this person that I want you to meet, and you're like, nope, I'm closing that door. Nope, I'm not going to know this person. But isn't this what you've always wanted deep down? Right? The universe doesn't want you to close off to new experiences. It wants you to know how to intuitively feel and discern. That's the difference. It's not to shut down and closed off to anything new. It doesn't want you to do that, right? Because you are somebody that is going to experience a lot of blessings, a lot of fulfillment in this lifetime. You are meant to meet, collaborate, understand, respect, trust, and fully immerse yourself in this life, fully experience that. Now is not the time for you to shy away from new experiences. If you continuously shy away, you are going to miss out on a lot. You're going to miss out on a lot of blessings. Yes, you are going to protect yourself from new experiences, but you are going to miss out on a lot. If you believe that, people can't be trusted, then it's going to be hard for you to actually open yourself up to new people. I'm not trying to say that, everybody deserves to be trusted, of course. Trust is earned, trust is proof. This is why you have to trust your intuition. You have to know how to discern. And, be able to tap into the energy and the feelings, be able to see something deeper, more than just the surface level, more than what they're just showing you. You have done a lot of inner work, isn't it? Now is the time for you to move to a new life, move to a new stage, so that you can actually experience what your soul has been yearning for, right? Look at this 10 of Cups energy. They are having so much fun. It's not just, with their biological family, with their chosen family as well, and even with strangers, even with your own community that you are building, right? Having so much fun and just trusting one another, being able to heal one another as well, and to be like, hey, I didn't expect that there is actually somebody out there that I can fully open myself up to, that there is actually somebody that can truly understand me. Let yourself experience the blessings of your life, because one of your life purpose here is not only just to, is not only just to experience challenges as well, but you are here for more than just challenges, isn't it? You are here to be blessed, to be gifted with the ability to connect more, to open up more, to connect deeply with people, to make people feel seen and understood, as well as you yourself feel seen and understood by the other person. It goes both ways, isn't it? Your life purpose not only just involves, you consistently evolving and transforming, but you not staying in an environment for a very long time. And even if you're going to miss these people, even if you're going to miss the environment, your soul will know when to move on, will know when to say like, hey, my purpose is done here, right? And that it's time for me to move, it's time for me to shift. Your soul will know, and you will know, you will get the answer. Don't be afraid of, don't think that softness is a form of weakness, because it is not. It is not. In such a cruel world, we are able to soften ourselves up and really challenge ourselves to see things from a more loving perspective. That is a huge gift. That is a huge blessing, right? There are so many challenges around us already. There's so much pain and darkness out there in the world. What if we choose to see more love and compassion? What if we choose to spread love and compassion, not only towards ourselves, but towards other people? What if we can be generous with our smiles, right? With our energy, with our time? Maybe the world would be in a much better place. What if what we spread is not fear, is not violence, is not darkness, but what we spread is more of gentleness, of sensitivity? Right? You have such a great gift, pile number 2. You have such a great heart. And what I mean by your heart is just so pure, so unlimited by its grace, so generous, so loving, and so deep that not many people can actually tap into that. This is why finding your tribe can be really difficult. This is why opening yourself up to life can be very difficult, because you're going to have to pick and choose, right? Not everybody that comes close to you is going to have good intentions, But here's the thing, you can pick and choose. You can pick and choose who do you want to be in your life. You don't have to, just because these people, they approach you, it doesn't mean that you're going to have to accept them. That's not the way. You get to be picky. You get to be discerning. Right? And what about, instead of seeing your heart as a burden, what if you see yourself as a form of love, a vessel for the divine to come through? What if you can allow people to recognize that their own gentleness and softness and sensitivity is not a burden? It is a gift that some fail to tap into it. But you have the great gift of love. You are love in itself. You are gentleness. Right? When people come in touch with you, their lives transform. Because they see more than the physical world. They see the unseen. They see the importance of emotions. They see the importance of intuition. They see the importance of connection. They see the importance of community, of love. Right? Your life purpose here is not just to evolve and change and move from one environment to the other, move from one country or one city or one state to the other. Because one of your life purpose is to meet different types of people from all walks of life, people that are meant to come across you. So that they can be influenced by you, so to speak. They will be affected by your grace. They'll be affected by your generosity. Because you affect others so easily just by your presence. Look at the strength card here, right? I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the strength card is one of my favorite cards in the tarot deck, because the moment I saw the strength card, I fell in love with it, because this is the lion and this is this feels like the mother to me, isn't it? And look at her caressing the lion's head. She's just so sweet, so loving. She doesn't fight fire with fire. She knows how to bring calm into uncertainty. She knows how to bring patience into stressful situations. And that's you, pile number 2. You bring patience, you bring calmness, you bring compassion to other people. You are love incarnate. The more you evolve, the more you transform. You can notice yourself just you just notice yourself being unbothered by what other people project onto you. You're just so unbothered by chaotic situations, right? Maybe in times of challenges and pain, you might be like, oh, it's okay, I've been through this, and this is what I'm going to go through again. Okay, I know what I'm supposed to do, right? I'm going to treat myself with gentleness. I'm going to take a step back. You know what to do because you have been through it. You've been through so much, but you kept your heart open. You didn't let it die. You still kept your heart soft, open, and vulnerable, even if at times it pains you, even if at times you felt that it was a curse, but you still kept your heart open. And I'm so proud of you, pile number 2. Okay? Please know that your heart is your biggest teacher and your biggest guide and protector in this lifetime. The more you evolve, the more you change, the more you embrace change, and the more you embrace, chaotic and stressful situations, the more you're able to understand and feel life in a so much deeper way, so to speak, where you are able to embrace the ebbs and flows. You'll be like, oh, okay, this is a challenge that I'm going through right now. Sure, I'm going to look at it from a different perspective, right? I know that there is love in every situation. I know that the universe gave me this lesson because it wants me to learn something here. I know that the universe wants me to meet this person or be in this environment because it has something to teach me and that I have something to teach other people. Yeah, so this is just a very beautiful energy, okay? Please don't lose this side of yourself, pile number 2. I'm just so, that's just a very beautiful energy. Who are you, pile number 2? Leave me a comment if you want to, okay? And tell me who are you, because I'm really interested in knowing who you are. You have such a generous heart, pile number 2, and I love that. I absolutely love that, okay? Now we are going to use the Cosmic Seeker Oracle to see some, additional messages from what I've said, to see what message the Spirit have to say about pile number 2, about their life purpose. Spirit, can I take 3 cards? What message do you have for pile number 2 about their life purpose? Spirit that loves pile number 2 unconditionally. Let's take a few cards from the Cosmic Seeker Oracle. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's take 3 cards. All right. And pile number 2, thank you so much for being so patient with me, okay, and for accepting and embracing my imperfections and my mistakes as well. I'm not taking them all. Sorry, that's a lot of cards. I'm just going to take like 1 to 2 cards, please. Let's see. What message does Spirit have for pile number 2 in regards to their life purpose? Spirit. Okay, yep, we have the Warrior. Exactly. The Strength card, right? The Strength card, the Warrior type energy. But this type of Warrior is not the kind where you fight fire with fire. It's the kind where you are able to, okay, I know what I want and I'm going to go for it, right? And that I will bring out this warrior type of energy in times where I need to, but in times where I know that I have to use my own gentleness, I know that I know that I'm able to regulate myself, right? And that I'm not fighting, anger with anger. I'm not fighting. I'm not using my warrior type energy in situations that doesn't serve me, right? And that I know what I'm using this for. I know that I'm using it to fight for my goals, right? Fight for my voice to be heard, especially when I have to protect myself, or especially when I have to protect unconditional love, and I have to protect my ideas that I know that are of my highest good. That's when you use that warrior type energy. You know when to use and when not to use it. Okay, strong discerning ability that you have, pile number 2. All right, let's see. What additional messages would you like to say about pile number 2's life purpose, Spirit? What additional messages would you like to say about pile number 2's life purpose? Can I take 1 to 2 cards? Oh my god, that's a lot of cards. I'm not taking them. Can I just take one there? Spirit. I love your energy, pile number 2. It's just really pure. It's really generous and loving. I enjoy you. Oh, we have inner child. Exactly. You are so pure, so loving, so devoted, so innocent, so to speak. Let's take one final card, Spirit. Okay. Can I take one final card, please? Can I take one final card, please? Can I take one final card for pile number 2 to see additional messages for pile number 2's life purpose? Okay. Aha! Interesting. We have death in the reverse. Exactly. Whew. So we have breakthrough at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so yeah, the warrior, inner child, and death. It's that letting yourself confront your wounds, right? Letting yourself confront the parts of you that you don't really feel comfortable, right? And okay, I'm getting another message here because I was talking about the strength card, right? And maybe there are times when you have to fight, and maybe there are times when you have to stand up for yourself. You have to express your true needs, but you shy away from that. Maybe you use maybe you use that as a form of, maybe you use that to bypass it as a way of strength, right? Maybe there is a part of you that is afraid of that warrior type energy within. And Spirit is asking you to not suppress that energy, not suppress that rage, right? The Strength card not only talks about gentleness and sensitivity, okay? The Strength card also talks about knowing when to speak up, knowing when to protect yourself, protect your inner child, right? Protect that part of you that is so loving, so sensitive, so gentle, and only making sure that the right people can come across, can get in touch with this energy. Because I was mentioning, right, trust needs to be earned and proved. And if the environment and the people that you're with, they don't show that type of energy, why are you even in that situation? Why are you even there in the first place? Right, with the Death card here, look, this person, it feels like he's in a sauna, so to speak. And it's showing me that the pathway to your life purpose is to knowing when to move from one place to another, not getting attached to your comfort zone. Even if you are really comfortable here, you want to be here for the next 5 years, 10 years, but who knows, maybe the next 1 to 2 years you might feel called to a different situation. Embrace that change, embrace that calling, that inner child in you. The inner child in you yearns for freedom, it yearns for, new broader horizons, new experiences that can actually bring out that side of you. Right? Your heart not only is a warrior, but your heart yearns to be gentle. The heart yearns to be nurtured. The heart yearns to play, to be in joyful experiences, to not be so rigid and stuck in its mindset. It wants to switch from one personality to the other, right? It wants to switch from one side to the other, right? The warrior can easily switch to the inner child. If there is a space that is comfortable for the inner child to lay on, the warrior will immediately turn into that childlike self. That's you, pile number 2, okay? These two duality, these two aspects, don't deny them. They are here for a reason. They are here to teach you that, you not only can be a tough cookie when you have to, but you can also be your most purest, loving, gentle, sensitivity, empathetic you that you have to. I mean, that is the real you, isn't it? That is the you that is so innocent, so generous, just so loving and tender. Once you find your space, once you find where you actually belong to, oh my God, you'll be loved and taken care of by no other. Right? You can be taken care of not only by yourself, by that warrior-like energy that you have as well, right? But for others who can truly see that side of you and wants to protect it, wants to nurture it. Right? And I was mentioning just now, right, that if you yourself know that you have to step up and be independent and tap into your warrior-like energy, then you have to, right? Because you cannot just want to be like a baby or like a child all the time. You can't. At times when you have to step up, you have to step up. You can switch from one side to the other. That's your duality, pile number 2. Whichever face is the real you, whichever is the real you, right? The warrior is you. The inner child is you. The part of you that transforms and evolves is you. You have so many sides towards you. Don't deny that. Don't deny any of that. Whichever situations that require you to be, you can be wherever you want to. All right? So depending on which side you belong to, either you yourself yearns for more gentleness and sensitivity, or the side of you that needs your warrior side, where you have to take charge, where you have to lead, where you have to start taking control of your life, right? Not letting other people dictate your life. You're going to have to decide for yourself which side you belong to, because there are definitely 2 energies present here. In fact, 3 energies present here. Which side do you belong to? Your life purpose. Because your life purpose involves all these 3, depending on which stage of your life you're in right now. Maybe you are in the phase of your life where you require more connection, you require more compassion? Or are you at a stage of your life where you need to take charge? You have to, speak up. You have to take charge. Or are you at the aspect of the death stage, where you're outgrowing a lot of environments, you're outgrowing a lot of versions of yourself even? Are you allowing yourself to outgrow? Are you embracing the new side of yourself? Right? This side of you that is yearning to come true. This side that is authentic, that is true to who you are. Which side do you belong to? You're going to have to pick right now as you're listening to this reading. It is a timeless reading, so depending on which side you resonate with, get in touch with it, because your life purpose involves all three. All right, so yeah, I hope that makes sense. But anyways, let's take one and last and final card, which is the Crystal Mandala Oracle. Hold on. Okay, so it's the Crystal Mandala Oracle. I'm going to see any final messages that any gods, goddesses, ascended masters, angels, archangels have any messages for you, a very final one, and I'm going to read from the guidebook. Okay, so let's take one card to see what important message does Spirit have for pile number 2's life purpose. Can I get like one final card for pile number 2's life purpose, Spirit? Okay, we have two cards. We have Safe to be Seen and Crossroad of Destiny. Exactly. We have Goddess Hecate and we have Archangel Gabriel. So they could be really significant and they could be calling towards you right now. And you might feel called to do research, read up on them and allow yourself to choose which side you belong to and which aspects of yourself do you want to be. Which aspect of yourself is calling towards you? Is it the death card? Is it the inner child card? Or is it the warrior type energy? Right? So your life purpose really involves you, like I mentioned, the crossroad of death, and it involves you constantly changing and evolving. Right? You allowing all aspects of yourself to be seen, right? Not only just the warrior type, but the inner child type, as well as the part of you that is not afraid to outgrow all versions of yourself, even past environments, people, situations, your comfort zone, anything, past identities as well. Strength card not only involves being gentle and sensitive. I know that I mentioned that, but it is a part of that. But the Strength card also knows when to take the lead when she has to, right? She knows how to tame the ego. She knows how to tame the inner demons when she needs to, all right? So we have 11 with Safe to be Seen. Okay, let's read from the guidebook. We bring you, excuse me. Okay, we bring you the gifts of safety in being seen. Over lifetimes, you have loved the earth, returning again and again to serve humanity, liberate the human soul from fear, and spread a message of love. You have spoken truths, shared messages, and inspired many. Yet in your visibility, sometimes you have felt misunderstood and vulnerable. You have been admired and loved, but at times also feared and attacked for the empowering message you brought to the world. In you, there is a memory of this, and although you wish to share your light with the world again, there are times when the thought of being seen doesn't feel safe. We are here to let you know that you are protected in divine grace. It is safe to open up to your inner knowledge and to share your message with the world. The light in you is stronger than your fear. It is time to shine fearless and bright. All souls know only too well that fear will not hesitate to destroy love if given the chance. You must not let fear do this to you. You have a choice. Through the loving power of your forgiveness, you give yourself freedom from past pain, even pain from other lifetimes that isn't entirely clear to you, and the opportunity to begin afresh with fearless, vibrant, loving truth. You have many loving worlds to share and a higher consciousness to be. In your own way, in your own role, in your own relationships, you are a light bearer and a bringer of truth. Although you have had past experiences where this was not always well received and sometimes resulted in abusive behavior towards you from those who are afraid of love, you have never closed off from your truth. Exactly. You've never closed off from your love. You still know what you know. You may have become reluctant to share it so freely, but you cannot forget your inner wisdom. This oracle comes to you with a message. It is safe for you to be seen. In this lifetime, you are meant to be a spiritual leader of sorts, to bring through the light, peace, love, and guidance that others around you need. Don't be afraid of their reactions. Some will love you for what you do. Others might not understand or may resist or even attack in fear, but in truth, you cannot be harmed. You shall always be what you are, and no one can ever take that away from you. It is simply not possible. No matter how many times you have been blocked, denied, dismissed, or abused, you find your way back to the truth of your heart again and again. So your soul has learned over time that your spirit is indestructible. It has learned that the truth of love is always there for you. Love will always welcome you into its arms, and you can feel at home within your heart. Even if you don't always feel at home in the fear-based belief systems that so many still consider to be reality. This oracle brings you guidance. You have already had these experiences in the past. You do not need to continue having them. You have decided that no matter what, you shall be in the truth of your inner light. You have decided that you shall continue to self-love by helping humanity as much as you can, because you know the divine loves the human race and has a plan for human evolution from fear into love. You know that love serves its own. As you self-love, love serves you. You have developed the strength of knowing your own truths. You have survived and healed yourself through situations that threaten this truth, and still you are here. You have heard lies and you have chosen to release them and to trust in your truth. With your loving heart on your spiritual journey, you have learned how to shine true. So, you are ready to be seen. You shall not be cast down. The love in you is stronger than the fear, rejection, doubt, or resistance in any other. You have no need to convince anyone of anything. You just have words to speak and a truth to be. It is safe to be seen for who and what you are. Let go of fear and take the next step on your life journey now. Exactly. Take the next step of your life journey now. Okay? And remember that whatever situations that are being put on your path right now, you always have a decision to make. You always have the free will. All right? You can do the healing process if you want to. Okay, so let's look at 42, which is Goddess Hecate, Crossroads of Destiny. Okay. We bring you the empowerment of the crossroad of destiny. You are at a pivotal point on your life journey. This may be obvious to you with a potentially life-changing decision before you, or you may not realize the impact that an apparently insignificant choice is going to have on your future. Either way, you are at a point where you can leave the past behind and chart your course for a new adventurous chapter to begin in your life. This is not something that you need to be frightened of. It is a sign you are progressing on your path. The crossroad of destiny happens when you have mastered a cycle in your life and a new cycle is before you. It is an opportunity that you can take best advantage of by listening to your heart. Your heart is your greatest teacher. There's a certain comfort in familiarity. I was getting that. Maybe there are some of you who is still stuck in their comfort zone, and Spirit is asking you to, make a decision and start moving. All right. The world you have been living in has some sort of boundary, some degree of predictability, and certain things, people, or situations you can rely upon to behave in particular ways. These familiarities can be a way you choose to feel secure, even if you know deep within that life is always evolving, and so are you, and that things need to change to stay fresh, healthy, and inspired. The truth is that familiarity doesn't really create security. Your mind may like to think it does, but this is an illusion. All things change in time. That is a natural law. What you and your mind need to remember is that you can choose to feel secure even through changing circumstances that lead you towards an unknown world. That unknown world will eventually become known to you with its own boundaries and some degree of predictability and familiarity until again, change knocks at your door or kicks it down and you're facing another crossroad in your life, needing to make decisions that will affect your future. The security you can feel in this process comes from knowing that this is not random, though it might seem that way at the time. Destiny is not simply a destination. It is a living process that will cause growth and evolution in you as you shed that which no longer serves your soul and open up to receive that which does. You may wish to understand all the possible ramifications of your decisions, all possible outcomes, and then make a clear, logical choice as to what will serve you best. Although you can rely on logic and analysis, and perhaps you wish to start there if you're so inclined, it is through listening to your heart, the inner knowing and voice of intuition within that will bring you the most joyful experience. You can either play it safe or play it true. The heart will guide you to truth. The choice might scare you at first, or you might feel excited about what you feel your heart is asking you to do. Your mind may not understand and therefore create doubt, but the heart has its own wise genius beyond compare. It is the vehicle through which the divine plan is felt, and it is your flawless inner compass. This oracle comes to you with a message. Let all your choices come from your heart. If it feels right for your heart and there is joy there, even if you have to search beneath all the what if something goes wrong fears of the mind to find it, then do it. Do it. All right? If you have recently made such a decision and are waiting to see if the sky is going to fall in on top of you, this oracle affirms you have crossed the threshold into a new way and that it is time to leave the fears of the past behind you now. If you are feeling that you need a crossroad, a choice point to help you shift out of the habitual way of being that has become stifling to you, that you need a change, to broaden your horizons or try something different, then this oracle affirms this. You can always choose to try and continue with life as it is, even though in due course it will change and take you along with it. Exactly. Or you can be the spiritual adventurer along your own untraveled path, knowing that the Divine Mother watches over you and will protect, assist, and guide you as you find your way. It is safe to trust the call to new life you feel inside. It is your destiny urging you forward into so much grace. So exactly, I was getting that energy with, you can either continuously stay stuck in your comfort zone, but ultimately I am 100% sure that the divine will push you, right? It will push you. It will help you, to continuously move forward even if you don't want to. So either you make the change or the divine will push you to make a change. Pile number 2. Make that decision. Okay? So you can do the healing process if you want to. Take a screenshot if you want to. Oh, that's all, yeah. But yeah, so that's all that I have for you today, pile number 2. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, for allowing me to tap into your energy, and for choosing me as your tarot reader. I'm so thankful and so grateful for all, and thank you so much for your spirit guides and the universe for allowing me to read for you. So if you're interested, you can like, subscribe, and comment if you want to. Only love and respectful comments. Only love and respectful comments, okay, will be entertained. So thank you so much, pile number 2, and I really hope that this reading inspired you and it helped you to really start moving forward in your life. Now is the time, okay, whenever you are coming across this reading. All right, thank you so much, pile number 2, and I'm sending you so much love and healing energy. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next reading, pile number 2. Bye. Hi, welcome back, pile number 3. So as you can see, there are no images or there are no objects for you to pick from. That's because I will be recording all of the 3 piles first before I head back to the intro. So I just wanted to mention this, and thank you so much for your patience and your understanding. So this reading is going to be about your life purpose in this lifetime. So we are going to take, as usual, 3 tarot cards, and then we'll use the Cosmic Seeker Oracle to see any additional messages for you or confirmation about your life purpose. And lastly, we are going to use the Crystal Mandala Oracle to see which gods, goddesses, ascended masters, angels, archangels have any message for you, final message for you about your life purpose. Okay, so please remember that this is a general reading, okay, a collective message. If you intuitively know that this message is not for you, please do not take it. All right, always trust your own judgments above all else, above any other tarot readers out there or any other people that you might consult to for whichever reasons that you use it for. Okay, so please remember to use your own judgments and that you have your own free will to create or recreate your own destiny. You have your own free will. Okay, so thank you so much for your continued patience and support. Now let's get started. So interestingly, I wanted to mention this, and I didn't really want to do it. Sorry, I didn't really felt that calling, but before I started this reading, I just needed to sit in silence. I needed to breathe. I needed to pray to the divine as well. And I mean, yeah, I did set intention for pile number 1 and pile number 2, of course, for every pile and for every reading, I need to set an intention. But just for this pile, I needed to breathe in, I needed to take a deep breath, right? I needed to just hear Mother Nature. I needed to just have full silence. And I needed to call upon Archangel Raphael as well to help empty out my mind. So maybe this is something that you feel called to do, or maybe this is your normal ritual, normal routine, or maybe one of your life purpose is to be so spiritually connected to the divine that you can bring heaven, that you can create heaven on earth for all of humanity, right? Maybe this is one of your life purpose that, right, you feel called to connect to Mother Gaia, you feel called to connect to Mother Nature, you feel called to pray every single day, you feel called to talk to Spirit and the divine every single day for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know, maybe you have some sort of spiritual practice, spiritual routine that you connect with. I'm hearing maybe you are a witch, right? Maybe you just have your own spiritual practices where you create time, you create space for the spirit guides that love you unconditionally to come through. And maybe this is something that you have been cultivating, or you might feel called to do something like that, right? Did you hear the birds chirping? Right, so maybe that is a huge confirmation for you, pile number 3. So yeah, Spirit wants to talk to you more. Spirit wants to cultivate, Spirit wants to be more involved in your life, and it is time for you to listen to that calling and just take a step back, take a deep breath, just have full silence in your environment. Don't listen to any sounds, just be at peace, listen to your body, listen to your breath, right? Maybe this is something that you feel called to in one of your life purpose. All right, so yeah, it's just a short channeled message that I feel called to share. So for tarot, we have the 8 of Wands in the reverse. We have the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. And we have the 4 of Pentacles in the upright. Very interesting energy for you, pile number 3. So what I'm getting here for you, pile number 3, one of your life purpose in this lifetime, everybody's way of success is going to be very different, right? And maybe some of them feel like they have to work really hard for what they need to create, which is true to a certain extent. We need to create structure and discipline in our lives. We need to create routine. But for you, I'm specifically hearing like break out of tradition, break out of your normal way of doing things. For example, maybe you have always lived a very disciplined life, right? You wake up at 8 a.m. every day and you go to bed at 10 p.m. every day, which is a really good routine. But maybe it's time for you to sort of break that routine or change that routine a little bit. Maybe you don't have to wake up at 8 a.m. You can wake up at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. and maybe you can go to sleep slightly later and be 11, right? 11 p.m. and to sort of create more time and energy, like I mentioned before I started this channeling, to create more space and time for your spiritual practices, to create more space and time for Spirit to come through in your life, because I can see that you are definitely somebody that is really successful in the physical reality, maybe successful in a way where you are financially stable, you are financially independent, you have everything that you need in the physical reality, right? You have a job, right? You have a partner, you have a lot of material possession in your hands, right? And you hold them really dearly and close to you, right? But Spirit is saying maybe it's time for you to loosen the reins a little bit in this lifetime, is to not be that disciplined, so to speak. Whereas where you can step out of your comfort zone, you can get adventurous from time to time. Maybe, like I mentioned, you have lived a normal routine, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. routine for 50 years, for example. I don't know why I'm getting that. I don't know why I'm getting 50 years, but yeah, maybe you have lived that routine for 50 years and maybe it's time for you to change that approach a little bit, right? Maybe it's time for you to, I don't know, maybe relocate, for example, right? Or maybe just sleep in, right? Or maybe go to bed a little later, or maybe try a different breakfast, for example, or maybe try a different approach to try a different cuisine, for example, right? I'm thinking of all of these examples, but you get the drift here, right? Which is to switch up your approach a little bit, change your approach a little bit in this lifetime, because I can see that your soul, your life purpose in this lifetime is really to just be more adventurous, to be more daring, and to let loose a little bit, right? To not just be so, do not be so rigid and disciplined, right? And that, I was mentioning about how, you pray every single day, or maybe you feel called to cultivate a new type of routine for yourself, a new type of prayer, for example, for the divine to come through for you. Maybe you have been doing witchcraft for a very long time. Maybe you feel called to try out Reiki. You feel called to try out crystal healing. You feel called to try out many different approaches of spirituality, right? Maybe you have never tried divination tools, and maybe it's time for you to try out, tarot and oracle decks for you, for example, right? So there are many different approaches to life and how we view things. So maybe it's time for you to just change up, right? To just change up, to let loose, because you have been living a life of stability and security for a very long time, and it's time for you to just open yourself up, right? To be more daring, to not get so rigid and stuck in your limiting perspective, so to speak. I really want to share this experience with my parents, also with my dad, right? Specifically, he is somebody that is really rigid, right? He eats almost the same food every single day. He doesn't really try out something new, right? And his perspective is just so limited, and that you cannot really change his mind, right? Even if he wants to. I feel like he's somebody that's just so rigid, so disciplined, to the point that nobody can just touch his routine, right? For example, he would go to bed at 11 p.m. Okay, no, I shouldn't use that example. Maybe he showers at 6 p.m. every day, and if anybody breaks that routine, he will get really upset. He would be like, oh, I need to go to the shower at this time. I come back from work and I need to go to the shower immediately. I cannot wait for a minute or a second. Like, no, this is the time that I need to shower. Something like that. So maybe you are somebody that follows by that routine, which is a good thing, of course. But if it becomes too rigid to the point where you are not trying out anything new, then that can be really, I would say that can be really harmful to a certain extent, because you are not willing to try out different foods. Like, for example, like I mentioned, my dad, right? He loves Chinese food, and he's not somebody that really likes Japanese food, Korean food, Western food. Yeah, he's not somebody that likes the different cuisines. He wants Chinese food, and he wants Chinese food, right? So Spirit is asking you to live life a little bit more boldly, okay, and to let go of this perfectionism tendency, because you might have this perfectionistic nature in you. You want things to be perfect. You want things to be coded in this way. When it is this way, it's going to be this way. It cannot shift. Like, for example, this crystal, it cannot be this, it cannot be that. You'll be like, no, I need to make it straight. I need to straighten it. I need to make it look exactly the way it was. But things will continuously change and evolve, isn't it? Pile number 3. Right? And one of your life purpose in this lifetime is to embrace the different ideas that you're going to receive from Spirit. Because from time to time, you're going to receive messages like, oh, it's time for you to change a new environment. It's time for you to explore this certain subject. It is time for you to go to a certain place. And maybe a part of you might resist, a part of you might reject, because you might feel like, oh, it's not safe for me. I've lived here for 50 years. I don't want to shift. I don't want to move. I'm very safe here. I'm very comfortable here. Yeah, which is great, right? But if you're not going to allow yourself to let loose, what's the point? What's the point, right? Maybe you yourself are somebody that as a workaholic is a message that I'm getting. You work so hard, you have so much, you don't really have much time to yourself. Even if you do, it's just the same old things. And Spirit is asking you to, no, you got to try out new stuff. You got to explore. Right? Because your soul purpose is not, it is not going to make you stay here forever. It wants you to jump out of your comfort zone from time to time. This is why a lot of ideas that you're receiving, but you're blocking it, so to speak. The number 88 could be really significant, right? The number 88 could be very significant. Maybe you have a lot of material possessions to you that you are unwilling to let go. You're unwilling to see the perspective beyond the logical mind. This is why Spirit is asking you to release those limitations of the ego. It will really help you. It will open you up to more life. Right? It reminds me of this this story about how, when a child wants to explore, when a child wants to relocate, when a child wants to experience more, when the parents get too scared and too afraid, they would tell the child that, no, the outside world is scary, right? You cannot move, right? You have to stay here because the outside world is not as pretty as you might imagine, which can be true to a certain extent, right? There is light and dark, right? Things are not that black and white, correct? But it is also not as dangerous as what our parents or our caregivers might make it out to be. Sometimes it's just the projections. It's just the projections of their own limiting mindset. It's just them unwilling to step out of their comfort zone. It's just them unwilling to. They themselves are afraid. That's why they project it onto the child. They don't want the child to, take risk. And honestly, it's going to harm the child, because if you keep the child confined in a certain environment, the child yearns to explore. The child yearns to be free. But in the end, you will end up restraining them, and it's not a good choice. I'm a huge example of this. So yeah, because I know for me, I yearn to be free. I yearn to be free from this comfort zone that I'm in this bird cage that I've been, so to speak. Yes, it is safe. Yes, it is comfortable, but it is definitely not free for my soul. My soul has been in a bird cage for a very long time, and it yearns to break free. It yearns to explore. It yearns to, open itself up. It doesn't want to be stuck in routines and, all the time. It wants to just follow the intuition and where our heart guides us. That's the thing. That's for you, pile number 2. You have to be more connected with your heart space rather than your ego, rather than what you already have. Because in order for you to leave the space, the environment that you're in right now, you have to sacrifice something. What it is that you need to sacrifice? What is it that you're willing to sacrifice? To what extent are you willing to sacrifice? These are hard questions that you're going to have to ask yourself. You're going to have to leave, the comfort of your home, for example. Maybe, maybe your parents took really great care of you, right? And you don't really have to do anything at home. And that is something that you have to sacrifice. You gotta have to mature. You gotta have to step up. Pile number 3. And one of your life purpose here is definitely to step up, to evolve, to mature, right? To be fully independent, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, right? Or maybe you yourself have been financially independent and stable, but still, you are still stuck in your egotistical mindset. You are unwilling to break free from it. You think that this is safe here, but is this really safe? Right? Is this really comfortable for you? Are you really happy here? Ask yourself. You have all of the material possessions. You have, I'm financially stable, I'm financially independent. I have everything that I want right now. I have I have clothes, I have bags, I have a home, I have everybody that I know here. But do you really feel happy here? Point number 3. Do you? I want to ask you this question. Do you? You're just unwilling to face this aspect of yourself that wants more, that yearns for expansion. Sagittarius energy coming through very strongly. Jupiter in Sagittarius maybe, right? Jupiter and Sagittarius energy, the 9th house, is really significant here. It's calling for you. You're looking forward, right? You're looking and you're yearning for more. That's because it is not satisfying you anymore. It's not satisfying your soul. That is why your life purpose is to call you to new locations. It calls you to travel. It calls you to expand your mind. It calls you for new levels of consciousness, right? So that you're not so stuck and rigid in this small limiting mindset that you have right now. You think that, this is what you have, or you think that the world is just this, but no. Once you get to travel, you get to see the different aspects of the world. You get to see that, not everybody gets to live in a comfortable life. Not everybody gets to experience what you have right now, right? Some people, some countries out there, some people, they are starving. They don't even have any food. They don't even have this safe environment, a safe home for them. Look at what is happening out there in the world, Power 3. Right? There is so much for you to explore and so much for you to experience. This is why, you can connect with so many different types of people, right? Places, environments. Even physical objects as well can teach us a lot, right? This crystal, how is this being made, right? What energy is in this crystal, right? When we touch the crystal, how do we feel? What kind of sensations do we receive? It's time for us to look beyond the physical and not just be so rigid and stuck in our mindset, right? I know that I've been repeating this, but that's the message here that is coming through, because this power, it really is all about breaking free from the material world, so to speak, and breaking free and going up into your higher chakras. For example, your crown, your third eye, your throat chakra, your heart chakra especially, because I feel like it's being blocked right now. It's being blocked by your perfectionism tendencies, or your tendency to just be your tendency to not accept other people's worldviews, for example, right? Maybe you have a worldview that is just based on this country or wherever you are in. So it's time for you to explore. It's time for you to be adventurous, to look at your heart and see where it is taking you, what space it is taking you, where does it want to go? Where are you being guided to next in your journey? It's teaching you something right now, pound number 3, and this is timeless. So whenever it is that you're listening to this, is going to be your reading, okay? Yeah, because you have so much divine intervention, divine ideas that are coming towards you, but it's being repressed right now because you are really fixated on the material world. You're very fixated on your routine, your structure, that you're unwilling to, take that back. Like you're unwilling to sort of change up a little, switch it up a little, right? Because the divine wants to be more involved in your life. It wants to help you. It wants to see you truly happy. It doesn't want you to just be, working on my material, working on, the material world, right? Working on paying my rent, paying my bills, working on just the physical world in general, that you are not willing to look beyond. You're not willing to go up to your higher chakras. Your higher chakras could be really blocked right now. It's asking for your attention. It's asking for your time. It's asking for your energy. Okay? Change up your routine. Do something more brave and more bold that you have never ever tried. Isn't this a blessing for us to try out different sports, different ideas, different timelines even I'm getting? The timelines that wants to be manifested here and now is the timeline where you are being called to go above and beyond. Allowing the spiritual worlds to help you, allowing them to come into your life. You might not be somebody that believes in the spiritual world, right? Maybe. And it's time for that perspective to change. Because life is not just about, working. Life is not just about the material goods, the material possessions that we have or we are going to possess in the future. No. Life is so much deeper, right? Life has so much meaning than we can ever fathom. That is why I'm being called to Mother Nature. I spoke about that, right? Maybe you're being called to connect to Mother Nature more, right? Travel to a place out of city area. Go to nature. Pray to her. Pray to Mother Gaia. Talk to her every single day. It's time for you to create that routine. Even if you don't believe it, because, okay, let's be real here. If you don't believe it, then why are you here? Why are you listening to this reading? You might start to have this like little seed that is like, oh, hey, maybe life can be so much more simpler. Life can be much more fun, or life can be much more daring. Like, I can be more daring. Like, my life doesn't have to be what I'm experiencing right now. There is so much more. I have my dreams, I have my visions. But what am I doing? Right? So maybe you are here to listen to this reading for confirmation. That is it. That is your life purpose trying to talk to you. It is trying to ask you to expand. It's trying to ask you to not be so stubborn. Pile 3. Listen to that calling. Follow that inner calling. That is the seed that is sprouting in you. Okay? So yeah, I really hope that for pile number 3, I really hope that this makes sense, and I really hope that this inspired you. Right? And please know that this is a collective reading, so not all messages are going to resonate for you. So take what it is for pile number 3. Okay? Next, we are going to use the Cosmic Seeker Oracle. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for allowing me to read for you as well. Pile number 3, thank you for picking me as your tarot reader, and just thank you for being here. All right? And thank you for being so patient with me. I really, really hope that this reading inspired you, helped you to just help you understand yourself a little bit more, okay, and your life purpose. All right? So let's see. Pile number 3, Spirit Guides. What message do you have about pile number 3's life purpose? Spirit that loves pile number 3 unconditionally. What message do you have about pile number 3's life purpose? Okay, pile number 3, Spirit Guides. What message or additional messages would you like to say about pile number 3's life purpose? Okay. Exactly. Open to receive, and the Creator in the reverse. Okay, let's take one. Let's see. Pile number 3's Spirit Guides. What message do you have for pile number 3's life purpose? We have suppression, exactly. Okay, pile number 3, Spirit Guides. What message do you have to say about pile number 3's? Okay, we have clearing, exactly. Clearing in the reverse. At the bottom of the deck, we have gratitude. Okay, so yeah. We have open to receive and the Creator, exactly. It's like the Divine wants to be more involved in your life, right? Hold on. Oopsie. Hold on. Is this? Sorry. Maybe this So go up a little further. Is it in frame? Okay, cool. So yeah, what I just mentioned. So Spirit wants to say that you are incredibly repressed right now. The Four of Pentacles energy. You're holding on to things so tightly. You're unwilling to move forward, right? And that it is helping you to receive. It's helping you to receive healing energy. It's helping you to receive more creative ideas. Ideas that wants to be manifested in your physical reality, right? Ideas that wants to be seen. Ideas that wants you to move forward, right? A new idea, a new shift, a new outlook about life as well, right? And that the creator and the open to receive card, exactly, it's like Spirit wants to, it wants to help you to tap into your gifts and your abilities that you have, right? It wants to help you to tap into this creative energy that you naturally already have, right? The Eight of Wands in the reverse, but this energy is really suppressed right now. This energy is you refusing to face, right? And that you are so stuck and so rigid in your belief systems, in your mindset, that you don't really want any help, or that you think that you are just right all the time. But no, there is a much bigger plan that the divine has for you, that your life purpose in this lifetime is to consistently listen to your intuition, consistently listen to the creator in you that wants to create, that wants to inspire and be inspired, that wants to be loved and love others, that wants to receive and to give to others, right? Because it wants you to believe that life can be more. Life doesn't just have to be what you are going through right now. You have a whole load of new experiences lining up for you, waiting for you to receive. Right? Like, what if I can just call upon my spirit guides to help me right now? They will absolutely help you if you are willing to listen, if you are willing to develop a spiritual practice for them. Right? If the open to receive card, maybe you yourself have a lot of strong healing abilities. Reiki healer is coming through. Right? Your body wants to be, how should I say this? Like, spirit wants to activate those healing energy in your body. You're not only just healing your physical body, but your mind and your emotional body and your spiritual body. It wants to ascend. I'm actually seeing somebody floating from their body. Right? And that your physical body is here, but your 5D self is already aligning with the higher chakras. It's really coming up and allowing spirit to come through. Right? The physical body is a vessel for our spiritual guidance to come through. That is why you are being called to cultivate more time and more energy to listen, to close your eyes, to meditate, right? To sit in silence, to just listen. Listen to your surroundings, right? And we have suppression and clearing here as well, which talks about a lot of the things that you have been suppressing, right? Which I talk about. It could be your limiting beliefs, it could be your limiting mindsets, right? Your past, the pain and trauma that you have been through. It's time for you to clear them out, right? Look at all of the water that is coming through from their eyes, from their mouth. Spirit wants to pour forth healing energy in you. Because you are ready. You are more than ready. You don't have to hold yourself so tightly and so rigid right now. You can expand. You can allow, open to receive. You can call upon your spirit guides. I call upon my spirit guides right now, right? I feel like saying a prayer for pile number 3, so I'm going to do it. So I call upon pile number 3 spirit guides that love pile number 3 unconditionally to please help them to tap into the energy of the spiritual realms and to allow their spirit guides that love them unconditionally to come through for them. And you can follow this prayer Or if you have your own routine, you can definitely have your own prayer. You don't have to follow mine. Right? Clearing is really necessary for you right now. Seeing things beyond the physical. Not just thinking that you have all of the answers all the time. Where do you think your answers come from? It comes from the divine, right? The source. Sometimes, yes, it might be your mind, but where does the mind connect to? It connects with the energy of the divine source. And right now it's disconnected. This is why it's asking for your reconnection. It's asking for your patience. It's asking for your time. All right, your life purpose really just involves you listening to your heart, listening to your intuition, right? Calling upon your spirit guides' help, every single day. Nothing is too big or too small, so that you can be tapped into that creative energy, so that you can allow new ideas to come through, to flow through, so that you can be more open-minded, so that you can surrender yourself to the divine. You don't have to live in a really rigid way. You can try out so many new things. You can experience many different types of reality in this one lifetime. Okay, so yeah, I really hope that this makes sense. And I hope that this reading helped you, because this clearing card here definitely shows to me that you have some clearing work to do. You cannot necessarily achieve that all on your own. You have to ask help from your spirit guides to please help to clear you, whether it's through crying, through somatic healing, for example, through working with your body, working with your nervous system, through tuning in to the healing energy of your body, for example, right? The shivers, the tingling sensations that you feel, right? Anything that can make you be more connected to your body and to the spiritual world, do it. Developing a spiritual practice, I keep mentioning that, it's very important. Okay, last but not least, we are going to look at the Crystal Mandala Oracle. Okay. To see any final messages, from gods and goddesses, angels, archangels, to see if they have any final messages they would like to have for you. All right, about your life purpose. Okay, so. Okay, pile number 3, spirit guides. Pile number 3, spirit guides. What final message do you like to say? Do you have to say to pile number 3 about their life purpose? What final message do you have to say to pile number 3 about their life purpose, spirit? What final messages? What final messages do you have to say? Okay. We have Divine Alchemy and her Golden Grace. And Goddess Lakshmi could be significant. Love seeing her always. And we have Divine Alchemy with Ascended Master Mary Magdalene and Aqua Aura Quartz. Goddess Lakshmi and Dendritic Agate. Okay, and her Golden Grace. I'm going to read. So, yeah. Mary Magdalene could be significant, Goddess Lakshmi as well. You might be called to work with crystals. I don't know why I feel called to share that, but yeah, you could be. You could work closely with crystals as well, and you can sense their energy. Okay, this is why it's very important for you to tap into the spiritual realm. All right, so. We bring you the blessing of Divine Alchemy. Divine Alchemy is the art of transmutation, the application of spiritual consciousness to physical form, so profound that an entirely new form evolves. It is irreversible change. It is the coal transformed into the diamond, the lead of sleeping matter awakens into the radiant gold of consciousness. Successful alchemical transformation requires patience, courage, and a belief in the power of spirit above all else. The radical and permanent transformation effected by divine alchemy may seem miraculous to the outsider viewing the changed form, yet the alchemist knows that when spiritual consciousness meets physical matter, the world will never be the same again. Alchemists have often been considered eccentric. They appear to labor on tasks the mainstreams either don't comprehend or consider impossible. Yet the alchemists of old and the modern day spiritual alchemists are the ones who see reality most clearly and understand divine power most accurately. They know the healing transformational power of divine energy is beyond any limitation the mind can conceive. This is why they never assume that something is impossible. They are open to the workings of divine will and how healing can best happen, which is not always in the ways one might expect. They do not see reality as fixed and the material world as a solid, impenetrable, unchanging form. They know that all of creation is energy and energy can change form. When higher consciousness is applied to the energy, the form which evolves is one of shining divine beauty. The sole task of divine alchemists, whether they think of themselves in those terms or not, is to repair the damage that fear-based consciousness has generated in the world, right? The Four of Pentacles. Look at the things that they are holding on so rigidly. A divine alchemist may do this with a focus on environmental or socio-economic issues or through the arts, creative expression, healing work with the body. I was getting that healing work with the body might be really significant for you, mind and soul, or through cooking and educating others about nourishment. Alchemists may do their work on the greater human collective powerfully, but behind the scenes. They do this by bringing higher consciousness into their own being and then allowing that to permeate their work in the corporate, financial, legal, or political sectors, or in the worlds of marketing and media, where their elevated spiritual frequency is so very needed at this time. No matter what realm you enter, your soul has the ability to trigger alchemical change. Whether you are always conscious of it or not, your presence is helping to repair bodies, minds, hearts, and souls from the terror that has been conditioned into them over lifetimes. You are helping to heal the doubt, fear-based habits, and self-destructive behavioral patterns that plague the human collective psyche. You are here to apply love, higher understanding, and wisdom to the world. In the application of that higher consciousness, alchemy begins, and in time, genuine divine beauty rises up out of the sacred fires of transformation. The ugly duckling realizes it is a swan. Alchemy always starts with the alchemist. It is will and belief that empowers the alchemist to continue with their sacred work, even if it's misunderstood or dismissed by those that don't know any better. When the oracle of divine alchemy comes to you, you are being advised that something in your world, perhaps even in your body, is going to be blessed with healing transformation so profound it can never be undone. This spiritual repair is not simply a patch-up job, but a profound reconstruction that will change the substance, quality, and consciousness of the physical world reality. There will be a purging, right, the clearing card in the reverse, and a reconstruction. This oracle also comes to you with a message for your alchemical empowerment. Whatever you want to change in your physical world can change. What is needed is a commitment to consciousness, growth, and unconditional trust in the process. Don't give up until it is as you would wish it to be. You must believe in yourself and in the power of the divine. The art of divine alchemy will express itself through you, and the world around you shall be blessed by its healing power. Beautiful. Summarizes what I've said, basically. So yeah, you want to do the healing process, you can take a screenshot. Okay, let's look at Goddess Lakshmi. Okay. We bring you the empowerment of her golden grace, Divine Mother Lakshmi, who brings blessings of enlightenment and prosperity, beauty and good fortune, smiles upon you now. Open your mind to the reality of divine generosity without limit. Open your heart to feel worthy of her love. When you allow her to grant you bounty, to bless you with her golden grace, she's empowered to shine her divine beauty in the world, to heal, uplift, inspire, and enchant the souls in need. The generous golden grace of the divine feminine has its own way of accomplishing its purpose to uplift, heal, and inspire the hearts of humanity. Where there is fear which prevents a soul from being open and allowing life to happen, the Divine Mother may respond by wrenching whatever is obstructing the flow of love out of the way. If her fierce intervention is needed to ensure freedom for the soul, then this is what she expresses. Sometimes the harder path is what will truly free your soul from needing to repeat a pattern. Sometimes, however, what the harder path does not accomplish for the soul is not particularly helpful. If a soul would become more enslaved in fear at the prospect of her fierceness, or could benefit as much or more from a softer intervention, then the Universal Mother will employ a gentler method. The softer touch of the Universal Mother is the warming glow of her golden grace. This grace is powerful. It can evoke reaction to, sometimes gratitude and wonder, but sometimes giving rise to issues about receiving, self-worth, and even fear of prosperity. If you have come far enough on the spiritual path, you will know that love, even in its most gentle expression, will trigger the release of pain. This is why the Four of Pentacles energy, maybe you are holding on to things too tightly because you are scared and you are afraid of, what if I release this and I will not I will not have it anymore in the future. That is our fear. That is our lack mindset that is causing us to think in this way. But no, the universe and the Divine Mother is that abundant, right? It wants to give to us, it wants to provide to us once we are truly connected with our soul and our hearts, right? Okay. The mind may desire the abundance, love, beauty, and prosperity of the divine goddess Lakshmi, and yet upon being offered by the very thing that is desired, it can retreat in fear, doubt, and feelings of unworthiness. There is kindness in her golden grace. She offers what the soul can receive. Her soul stimulates growth and healing, but always with compassion. If your mind and heart have been used to tougher love, the unexpected pleasure of her golden grace may give rise to an almost overwhelming sense of gratitude. You may even question whether or not it is too much. After a long period of struggle, learning to feel safe in a more effortless and gentle flow can take some time. Don't let fear convince you that if you receive, another must go without. In the golden grace of the Universal Mother, there is only abundance for all according to what serves love and what the soul can receive. Too much is too much. Yet if you allow her, the Golden Mother will help you open in trust to receive more from her without condition. If you are feeling as though there are limits in your life that you would like to transcend, perhaps in particular any limits you feel regarding abundance, prosperity, and good fortune, and spiritual enlightenment, then you will be open to the message the Oracle gives you now. The Golden Mother includes you in her plan to spread the bounty of life throughout the world. As you receive from her, you'll be empowered to share her vibrant grace with others. Open your heart to her golden smiling face and allow love's abundance to fill your world. If in your heart you have felt that there are better times ahead, even though you may not have a particular reason for it other than a feeling in your heart, this oracle brings you confirmation. Even if you are yet to realize the touch of her golden grace in your life, you shall do so. The rising sun of her golden beauty shall shine upon you, ushering in a time of love, prosperity, and peace. So you might want to do the healing process. Okay, so this sums up perfectly. This sums up perfectly with what I was saying. But yeah, thank you so much. That's the end of this message. So thank you so much, pound number 3. And I really hope that this message helped you, even if it's just a little bit. Okay, I hope that this message helped you, inspire you, to start clearing out, to start allowing yourself to receive from, not just abundance in the material sense, but abundance in a way where we are changing our mindset, we are evolving our perspective, we are willing to really be more daring, and we can allow ourselves to take risk in our life so that we can receive more of abundance and prosperity and grace in the physical reality. Okay, allow yourself to transform so that you can start to receive more in the physical reality. Okay, so thank you so much, pound number 3. And if you're interested, if you're interested, you can check out my podcast. I don't know why I feel called to say that. I don't feel called to say that in Power 1 and Power 2. So if you're interested, you can check out my podcast, Life by Pam's podcast, available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I've not really been updating there because I'm more focused on this channel right now. So if you're interested in listening to previous episodes, then sure, so be it. But yeah, if you enjoy my reading, you can give me a like, subscribe or comment, whatever it is that you want. Of course, always with love and compassion and respect. So thank you so much, pound number 3. And I am sending you a lot of love and healing energy. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. And thank you so much to your spirit guides and the universe and the divine for allowing me to read for you and to get in touch with your energy. So yeah, thank you so much, pound 3, and I'll see you in my next reading. Bye. Ouch.